We're a half hour into this. For the people who didn't know, we posted the show was going to be at 10, but we started a half hour early, so you missed out on a lot of stuff.
It was all the best stuff.
The best.
It was
best part of the
podcast.
show was the first half of the show.
Jack was talking about Legos and Star
It was
Wars.
podcasting gold. Podcasting gold. I'm kidding. We just got here.
But if you
RCA.
want to check out, we have this other podcast without Jack called Owen and Bruce Barbecue, where we talk about nothing but Star Wars, including the most recent show out, Ahsoka. We won't talk about it here.
First episode in 10 months.
Is that how long it's been?
Yeah, I want to say it's like November of last year. We got like halfway through some show and then never
it stopped giving a shit.
Yeah,
probably Book of Boba Fett.
It might have been Book of Boba. We did like 2 or 3 episodes of something, and then we ended up all hating the show, so we just didn't.
I thought it was Andor.
It was Andor because we liked Andor, but something happened, and we just didn't come back and do the last few episodes.
Yeah.
Well, we're back.
Here we are.
Rocking like a hurricane. Jack, how's that food going? So, Chris, you missed last week, which was almost entirely loss-centric, except for the first part in which Nick informed me that I was the winner of the verses.
Congratulations.
I know,
He
right?
He did have the J pick. So.
How is that the J pick? There was no J pick.
Did you win?
Doesn't matter who wins because they're all losers.
Did you win?
Yeah, but it was neck and neck. Actually, right out of the gate, Jack was winning for like the first day.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, and then I was winning for maybe half a day, and then for a long time, Chris and I were tied. Like it was just neck and neck. Sweet Home Alabama forever, and then out of nowhere,
election fraud.
Born in the USA, just like
Wow.
Election fraud.
People actually listened to the podcast and then they voted in. They were like, "Oh, okay." They were like, "Now that I've listened to the podcast, I understand." Matt has trauma from this song.
And of course, we always have a few comments from people like, "I can't believe you didn't pick an Eagles song. I can't believe you."
I can't believe you didn't listen to the episode.
Yeah, because Hotel California was a close second for me.
Right. Yeah. What's funny too is that like last week I was on vacation. I was up in Maine and I heard Sweet Home Alabama no short of 7 times on my vacation. It was like either on the radio at a store or in the car or like on a playlist or something they were listening to by the fire, whatever it was. But yeah, fucking Sweet Home Alabama.
It'd probably be a couple more years now. Like every time you hear one of the 4 songs, you're like, "There's Matt's song. There's Jack's song. Here's Nick's song."
He's skipping it right now.
Exactly.
Boston's gouging his eyes out somewhere.
All right, so I'm going to call an audible here for the next verses. I don't think we've done this, but we were just kind of talking about this subject matter right before it started. You guys have no idea where I'm going with this, but since I'm the winner of the verses, I get to choose the next verses. Yeah. Best bar food. And I'm talking about like you're at the bar.
Yeah.
Do you get chips, nuts, pretzels? Right?
Does like kitchen food count, or is it just like bar snacks?
You mean like bar snacks, right?
Bar snacks. I'm sorry, bar snacks.
Okay.
Now, do you consider appetizers bar snacks, or does it has to be pretzels, peanuts?
I was really thinking about the snacks. I'm sorry I said food.
So it's a food that can't come from the kitchen, but has to be scooped from somebody behind the bar.
Right, and it's setting out there for you to eat. I'm thinking pretzels, nuts are a very common one. Some type of chips.
Yeah, chips.
There could be. I would go for like
These
some
nuts are
kind
a
of
little
weird
salty.
Beer nuts.
I would go for some weird bread if that's what's served out there. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's pretty good, huh?
Well,
in the era that we live in, it's rare to see those anymore anyway because of germaphobes.
Yeah.
What about chips
allergies?
And salsa? Chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa.
I don't. No.
So, yeah, you're at the bar though. Yeah, if you're at a Mexican restaurant, you're sitting at the bar. Chips.
That's fair. Okay. All right.
So I say chips, pretzels, peanuts.
Got it. That's a good verse.
I don't have a good fourth one though.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're pretty limited in our choices here.
Yeah. So I think it really just depends on the roll, the roll of the dice. who ends up getting to go first, because the fourth slide
Because, like,
coming up.
to me, my favorite bar food
Mhm.
is one that has to come from the kitchen, but it is a bar food.
I misspoke when I said food. I meant snacks.
Snacks,
Sorry.
yeah.
I'm
right.
sorry.
Okay.
'Cause I would
Just
go like,
snacks.
I'd go potato skins or something.
Right, potato skins for sure.
Are we doing this right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you want
but
to
I'm
now?
saying,
Oh, wow.
but I'm saying not
Let's
from
do
the
it.
kitchen. Yeah,
Let's do it.
let's
Okay,
rip it into it.
Jack, your roll, the first roll for Jack is going to be a 3.
Ooh, that's solid. You're on the board.
Matt,
Shocking.
your roll is 1.
I'm gonna get fourth. Fuck
My
this
roll-
bullshit.
My roll is
Who came up with this?
6.
Oh, yeah.
see
See how it goes.
And
Mhm.
Nick,
Yeah.
1. Oh,
Slugging
wow.
it out
Okay.
for fourth.
So here you are. Matt, you're gonna roll first.
Okay. Don't tell me it's a 1. Fuck. It's rigged. It's fucking rigged.
And-
I don't
and
see.
Nick-
I can't even see Chris's screen. It's bullshit.
Nick got a 4.
Yeah.
All right.
Figures
So
as much.
there it is.
I'm
I go
second,
first.
huh?
It goes me, Jack, Nick, and then Matt. I'm sorry, Matt. That's awesome. Well, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say chips and salsa. I think chips and salsa.
Yeah.
You argued for.
No, you can't do
Yep.
that. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Now that it's actually in the commentary, I was kind of in my head eliminating it because I thought that salsa had to be like made by the kitchen or whatever. But in Mexican restaurant, you would find that ready to rock at the bar. So
So Matt, you
I-
shot yourself in the foot by
You
saying
did, man.
the Mexican restaurant. Yeah.
you did. I will say that chips and salsa is one of my favorite snacks of all
Of
time.
course.
I take pride in my salsa that I make. I make some killer salsa. And we mentioned earlier, you think
Whatever,
about
it's pace. It's probably made in New York City.
oh no, New York City, New York City. Oh yeah, I forgot to promote my lighting down, John. You're right. I didn't have cheery lighting. The chips and salsa is like my favorite snack of all time, and like I think that like especially you go to a place like I don't go there often, but if you go to Chili's, you've been to Chili's, right?
Who has
The restaurant?
Yeah.
Not in a long time
Okay.
because
Not a long time.
but
Their chips were like that, like almost like paper thin, like really light chips with a ton of salt on them. Like nothing makes you want to drink another margarita, another beer than having like salty chips. So I think it just pairs perfectly, tastes great, especially when it's fresh. Chips and salsa all the way. My favorite bar snack.
nice
Ever.
pick, Jay. Welcome back to the
Jay-
podcast.
Jack, you get to go next, right?
I should have just kept quiet until after he picked, and then said, "Hey, can I pick chips and salsa?"
There you go. Mm.
It would have been
Since
too
he
late.
myster-
We
since
would
he
have
mysteriously-
all shot you down at that point.
Can I say chips and guacamole?
This is going
I
to be
think
like,
it's fair
oh,
game.
if you're going chips and guacamole, I'm going chips and queso.
I feel
Ooh.
like this is Ross Perot taking the
chips
election
and
away
queso
from me.
might be even better.
I mean,
It's your
depends
call,
on where
man.
you are.
Your call.
I think it should probably, just to be fair for the voting audience, it should be chips and dip, not chips and salsa, or because
But chips and dip, chips
that
and dip.
that,
is
No.
that,
a
that
whole-
encompasses other things.
Haven't
I
we
mean,
done
I
dips
just
before
made
as
my
a
pick.
versus?
Okay, so just chips and salsa. Okay,
If Jack wants to do some other chip and something else, I suppose he can be the Ross Perot to George H.W. Bush's election.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can't
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go chips and queso.
Wow.
So I
Okay.
shouldn't say anything. Yeah.
This
Nice-
whole
A
election
nice
now is
spice,
just about
a spicy queso, which is better than salsa.
okay. Bar snacks. Okay, that's
Bar
going to be the
snacks.
heading here. Okay.
So so Matt, you actually might get something decent.
I don't know. You're going next.
I don't know. Well, see, what I would have gone with is fried pickles, but that's a
That's
kitchen
that's
item.
answer.
Kitchen.
kitchen
Yeah.
I don't
There is
like fried
no
pickles.
better.
We can do another one that's bar food.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
know,
fine.
Okay.
But
Go
fried
ahead.
pickles by far is one of the
Well,
best
after
things
Chris
with
wins, he can pick bar food.
beer. All right, let me make my. All right, so I'm going to go with a snack. Well, can you do that? Can you go with like a snack mix? Like, because like if you go with like a mix, it's like pretzels and nuts and all the little crap in there.
Well,
You know,
the Chex.
Are
the
you
Chex-
the Chex Mix. Yeah, Chex Mix.
are you going Chex Mix?
Yeah, I'm going Chex Mix.
Fuck you, man. That was my ace in the hole. That was my ace
Chex
in the
Mix, yeah.
hole.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, he's gonna go pretzels. He's gonna go.
No,
pretzels.
I'm not going to go pretzels. I was already thinking Chex Mix way before. Like,
That was
Okay.
like 3D.
yeah,
That was awesome.
you still got
I-
a couple of good ones. You
I had
got Pig's
these
Feet.
Cheez-Its locked and loaded. Okay.
All right.
You want to talk about the Chex Mix at all?
No, it speaks for itself.
Okay. Okay. Randy, I can't do jalapeno poppers. They come from the
It comes from the
the
kitchen.
kitchen. We're talking about. I guess
mean,
I'd.
So does queso, though. I
This-
mean, man,
this-
we're kind of all over the place tonight. But
So does salsa.
It's true.
Not if it's
That's
in the
true.
jar.
Okay.
They make it from scratch at most restaurants.
We'll let the voters decide what should have been amended in a constitution.
Matt will pick saltines.
I don't think so.
And sardines.
We're not pick saltines.
Goldfish.
Well, I'm gonna go with the snack that started it all. I'm just gonna go with pretzels.
Okay.
So
It works on Cheers.
yeah,
Pretzels is always a safe bet.
Pretzels
You,
is a
you never,
great pick.
you never see Norm eating
I
chips
might have
and
gone.
salsa.
I might have gone with popcorn too.
Oh fuck!
Ooh,
that's a good one.
fucking
I was thinking popcorn, but I said I'm trying to counter Chris's chips and salsa. I'm trying to split
Yeah,
the vote.
you're just pissed. You're pissed he chose chips and
Well,
salsa.
he took what I said.
You should have gone popcorn. I mean, there's no popcorn in the running. Okay,
Mhm.
let's shit on each other's stuff now.
Only problem with popcorn,
I got to go close the
people are
windows. It's
digging
raining,
their
so-
hands in
Oh,
it.
okay.
It's just like, where's it gonna go?
He's got to close his windows. It's raining. He's mentioned.
I don't like honey mustard. No.
Like I would have chosen popcorn if it wasn't made clear that I could choose chips and salsa before we started. John, yeah, popcorn in a bar, yes, absolutely. Like there's a chain of restaurants out here, the 99. Is that countrywide? I don't know if the 99 restaurants. No.
We have 98.
Oh, there you go. There's a
I've
chain of
got
restaurants called the
one, but
99 restaurant
chain.
bar.
99's retired.
But they have like like carnival popcorn behind the bar, and they scoop it, put it in a basket, and throw it in front of you. It's delicious.
It's
So
a
good.
Boston thing.
I think it may be a New England or Northeast.
No, I've
It
been in
makes
bars.
sense. I
I've
mean,
been in bars where they have popcorn.
I mean, if you smell popcorn too, if you're out on the street and you're walking by a bar, you're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm going in there." It's
Well,
popcorn.
just, like movie theaters put up that fake popcorn smell
Yeah,
to get you to buy it.
Arby's puts out that dead cow smell.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
They put out a fake popcorn smell?
Yeah.
It's like chemtrails, man.
It never tastes like it smells, right? Am I right?
I don't know, man. My movie theater popcorn's pretty great.
I think I
love it.
might need to Google
Because
check
you walk.
that.
It's like Matt's saying. You walk in. You go, oh, popcorn.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
because they're popping like obscene amounts of popcorn.
I can't believe
I
you
think that's what
fucking
it's
chose
but
Chex.
it-
Oh,
but
hey,
it-
welcome back.
It's
Dickhead.
it's fake popcorn smell.
Taking Chex
Ah,
Mix. That was
well,
I can't prove it, but
Mm.
that's just my theory.
hey, have you ever worked at a movie theater? Let us know. Do they pump fake popcorn smell into it or not?
Well,
I'm
they
gonna
don't tell.
vote
They don't tell
nay.
just everybody. It
Have
has to be
you-
someone in management?
anyone that's
They
listening
don't
to this
want the secret-
podcast.
They don't want the secret to get out.
I'm just curious. Anyone that's listening, have you ever worked anywhere they pump out fake smells? Like, is that a thing at Cinnabon? Because that shit smells fucking delicious.
Right?
But I can only eat so much
Only
of
at
that.
strip
and
clubs.
I hope What kind of smell did they pump out for that?
Just the
Oh,
smell of regret.
Clearly, you've never been there.
Yeah.
You never gotten home from a late night and your girlfriend, your wife looks at you. Oh, you've been to the strip club because she just smells it. You know.
And I've heard the smells get worse as the night goes on because they keep bringing different shifts in.
Oh.
The grossest part is it comes out of this like weird bladder looking thing that just kind of like opens up and just kind of pumps it out.
They have the ones that the non-penicillin.
Also, guess what? There's glitter.
Glitter.
God, it never washes off either.
No.
No, but anyway, if you've ever worked anywhere that pumps out fake smells, including muffs, send us a.
Actually, you know, a good versus would be if whoever wins this favorite snack at the movies.
Okay,
Dude,
well,
that's I mean,
that's
the movie pickle.
I'm throwing down the challenge here. The movie pickle.
There's one snack that
now
rules them all at the movie
wins,
theater.
wins the versus gets to choose it. You know, so
I used to get a pretzel.
I mean, you have to automatically not allow popcorn because that's
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I eat at a movie theater.
yeah.
You've never had? Well, you don't go to Alamo Draft House. Where you get?
No, we know you do though.
Yeah, I do.
it's like
And
saying like
You mentioned it once or twice.
wait,
you can get pizza, pretzels.
85% of the people
drinks.
that go, but like people that go, what would you say? 85% to 90% eat popcorn.
It's popcorn, yeah. Like I get a whole tub for myself. And I eat the
5%
whole
is
damn tub.
candy.
Well, the theaters
time.
want you. That's why they
Nachos
put
are
it.
second.
That's
Okay.
why they put out the fake smell because the profit margin on popcorn is huge.
Yeah, it's huge, yeah.
It's huge. Jack gets a pork chop. Thanks, Randy.
Exactly.
I get pork
on a
chop
string,
poppers.
on a string because it's dark and you don't want to lose
Pork chop poppers. That's what I get.
it. Pork chop poppers, yeah.
Oh.
The deep fried cheese stuff
But
pork chop. Yeah.
because seriously, you can buy a thing of what they charge like $13 for a tub of popcorn. Literally,
Yeah.
probably costs.
Yeah,
them
you
like
pay it
$5.
every
Like
time.
$2, yeah.
And it
maybe.
probably, I don't even think it costs $2.
Probably
It
75
probably
cents.
costs like, I don't even know if it costs 75 cents. The cardboard tub is probably cost more than the popcorn.
Yeah.
Probably.
We used to have it at the rink, and we would have this giant tub that we just poured the bags into the, and of course you always had the people, you just make it, and they come up and go, no, I want fresh popcorn. I go, I just made it. I just made it. They go, no, I want it fresh. I go, well, it's going to take like it would take like 5 minutes to heat back up. I go, it takes like 20 minutes to heat back up if you want to wait.
I tell you, I'm not
They
sure
go,
if I told
okay.
you this guys are not,
Make them wait.
when I was in Australia.
He waits 15 minutes and then starts it.
Mhm.
When I was in Australia in May, I went to 2 different movie theaters.
Name drop
And
it.
sorry, well, I'm just trying to put it in context, Jack. But they don't do that. They do not serve fresh popcorn. Like it's all like in these like not a refrigerator, but it's like an open door, and you can just pull out the box or the tub. But they've already pre-made it, and then it's kind of in a slightly heated thing, but it's not like that fresh.
Well, they're
we
descendants.
It's like they're scooping it out of the machine and
then just
jamming
putting it
it
in
to a
there, and
bag,
then it's been
yeah.
sitting in there for hours. I'm like, and I looked at this. I was like, can I get like a new one? And she was like, oh yeah. She's like, you have to wait. Like Jack's like, you have to wait a second, but and it'll be really hot. I'm like, that's the way you're supposed to eat it. But,
Yeah.
I
gotta love popcorn.
yeah, of course.
Now I'm hungry for popcorn.
Yeah, I'll mix them up.
We like
What did
skinny
Matt end up
pop.
picking?
My entire family. What do you mean? What did I
What did
pick?
you end up picking for the verses?
Pretzels.
Did you? Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if you back pedaled.
I'm going with pretzels
Okay.
because the thing is that it's the most universal bar snack ever, right?
Now
It
you going
doesn't-
with, with the little crispy pretzels, or you going with the big German soft pretzel?
I'm just saying all pretzels in
All
general.
Well,
pretzels.
German soft
I'm all-
pretzels. has to
See,
come
you
out
guys
of
could have
it.
just said
That's
chips.
Chex and
that's the
General.
kitchen thing.
You know,
Yeah.
you could have said, but you're going with Chex Mix. It's like I'm not getting into your Chex Mix. I'm not saying is there M&Ms in there? Like, what are you putting in
But
that
there's
Chex Mix?
pretzels.
Now there is.
Well, thank God.
Thing about Chex Mix is you can put whatever the fuck you want into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you put salsa?
So my pretzels
God, that's so
at
gross.
this bar in my
Not if
mind.
you put the salt and like mixed it up. It would
Yeah, like,
be
oh yeah,
pretty
can you
good.
pour some sauce and some queso on top of my Chex Mix,
Yeah.
please, and just like
I
mix
think
it around?
actually queso with Chex Mix would be really good. It's
Ugh.
cheese. That would
Some
be great.
guacamole. Yeah.
I almost
No.
went with guacamole.
I think Jack is going to split the voting on chips.
Oh, no doubt.
That was the
doubt.
plan.
Yeah.
That's not fair, Jack.
Fucking libertarian. Such a libertarian.
I'm upset because I came up with chips and salsa, and I don't
Who
get
invited you to the debate?
it. Who, me?
I'm just. Did you
I
say
can li-
Mag?
I can leave.
No, I just was meaning. Never mind.
I don't want you to throw anything at me.
Okay, Randy,
you got
get it.
pretty mad with those Cheez-Its.
Chex Mix usually has pretzels in
It
it.
does. Yeah.
Sure.
Which is why I picked it, because you get the little bread things, you get
So-
the Chex,
so
you get the pretzels, you get
so should
peanuts,
Matt
you get all kinds
wait.
of stuff in there.
No.
Seriously, Should Matt
There's
be
no
allowed
peanuts
to
in
pick?
Chex Mix.
That's right. There is no peanuts.
I
in
can
Chex.
pick pretzels.
Should Matt be allowed to pick?
No. Wait, you're not turning the thing on me. You got
I-
chips and queso. I think that's kind of a bullshit choice anyway.
What's
You
your
have to heat
rules?
up
Go ahead.
queso.
You don't have to.
You're gonna
You could put
heat up.
anything in
You-
Chex Mix.
I'm just gonna drop off a log of Velveeta with your chips there. Yeah.
Well, I think that chips and salsa and chips and queso, not every bar is serving those with those dips, pretzels is just kind of a universal, like,
Mm.
hey, do you want a dip? We got this honey mustard in the back, or hey, we got this other
Well, honey
beer
mustard where?
cheese.
Honey mustard where?
I don't know, in the back.
You sit in the back.
Yeah, not at the bar.
Not at the bar.
Yeah, true.
You said in the back. They had to go to the kitchen to get it. Disqualified.
Pretzels. They're here. They're making people thirsty, and you know what they're thirsty for? More alcohol.
Now,
Okay.
yeah. What if you had a hot dog machine at the bar, like the little rotisserie ones, or
Yeah,
the ones in the
Don't
back?
drink at that bar.
Yeah.
If you want to like put like short weenies, hot weenies,
You're in the wrong place. Get the fuck out. Like,
Pickled pig's feet.
how ugly would that have been
Hog
if
balls.
at Cheers they just had put like
Do
one
they
of those big hot dog display kind of
Yeah.
things?
Do they still have corn nuts?
Yeah.
Corn nuts.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
things
corn
make your
nuts.
breath so
And-
Yeah.
bad.
And beer nuts.
Beer nuts. Yeah.
beer nuts and corn nuts were probably the staple back in the
I-
80s, 90s.
I would have gone with like a mixed nuts too. That would have been.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying. A
Um,
mixed nuts kind of, because they're called bar mix or whatever, which is like
Mhm.
nuts and pretzels, and it's
But are
different.
you- but
It's
you're
not really.
going
It's
with
not really.
Chex
It's not
Mix.
really. Yeah.
Well,
Chex
they
Mix is
can't-
fine.
Well, peanuts have kind of good because with all the allergies, peanut
Right.
allergies, you don't
Oh,
see them
right.
anymore. You can't even get
Yeah,
peanuts
but
on a
you
plane
didn't really
anymore.
see peanuts at a bar, though, did you?
Peanuts
Years
at bars.
ago.
It used to
I
be
mean,
common
there's-
all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of places
you know
where
what-
you
you know what?
open
I'm
up
sorry.
the
I'm
shells and throw them down
Yeah,
on the
I'm
ground.
thinking about opening up the shells. I don't
They
think
do
I've
that
ever
at
been
bars
to a bar.
too.
who did
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
I've been tons
Used to
of
be, yeah.
bars. that give you the
especially
shells,
country bars.
It would
It's
be,
just
yeah,
like-
especially
just-
country. Yeah, Matt's
Mhm.
totally
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they would have
That's
a
gotta be a
big ass tub, and they would just
southern
have the
thing.
bowl and
You just like
drag
scoop
it
it
in
out
then
and
just
throw it
kick
on the
Five,
it.
ground.
guys, five,
The only
guys,
place
five
I've
guys
seen-
has a
Five
Yeah,
guys.
I was gonna say, the one place I've ever seen do that is Five Guys, and I love it.
Mhm.
I'm at Five. When I go to Five, sometimes you'll see people just walk off the street, load up the peanuts, and go and walk away.
I mean,
Still
legend,
peanuts.
legend move.
Randy wants to know: will Jack pet a bear in Alaska? Jack, you're headed to Alaska next week. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
not Saturday, not intentionally,
No,
not on purpose. And John said, "Princess." I don't think I'm on Princess. I don't think I'm on the Love Boat. I think I'm on
You should
something
be on
else.
Princess.
Yeah, Love Boat. But they're almost all dead, right? Or maybe it's just Stubing that's dead.
I don't know, but what I would do: you get on the boat, you
Go to
find
bartender.
Gopher, go up, punch him in the face. Everybody will just respect you for that.
What's wrong with Gopher?
What would are you gonna? Is there gonna be like a water slide on this boat? Is there any special?
It's supposed to be
accommodation?
cold,
Is it-
so I don't. I guess
there's
there
no
could be, but
swimming. This isn't like one of those.
There's
like,
it's a big boat. I mean, it's a big ship.
I would never ever.
We're on the 8th
ever
floor.
Ride one of those slides, the tube slides on a freaking cruise ship. Have you seen those videos where people get stuck in them?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, people get stuck. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not happening.
Nope.
Also, do you guys remember when the Carnival Cruise used to have the song "Lust for Life" as their like
Really?
Iggy Pop? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, wow,
That was going to be the song I picked for the verses last week.
what?
When do you ever hear that on the radio?
"Lust for Life" is an
Never.
awesome song. I would not skip it,
I'm just fucking around.
except
I
for
did-
the
yeah.
years that it was used as Carnival Cruise, which no one
Lust-
else ruined it for.
Yeah.
Lust for queso.
Well, I mean, when I hear that song now, I think of a movie about heroin.
Trainspotting.
Trainspotting. Every time I hear that song, I think Trainspotting.
And that's why when I saw it as the song for Carnival Cruise, where's Matt Treese? He usually eats this shit up. He knows about it because, he's Treese,
He's 10 o'clock is way too late. Is the broadcast recording tonight?
I don't know. I don't really keep up with him.
You know what's recording tonight? RCAD. And at this time, we should take.
Oh, yeah, we should.
The tastiest.
Are you going to say it?
Oh, Matt's here.
Hey, there's Matt Treese.
Yeah. Okay.
He was just staying quiet. He was just lurking. He was stalking. Yeah.
He was just waiting for me to call him out and him to be like, "What? The Carnival Cruise using Iggy Pop's Lust for Life? I have no clue what you're talking about, Matt. Get fucked."
They never played it on the Love Boat. I know that.
Yeah, they wouldn't. So, the Love Boat, I remember watching that as a kid. I may have mentioned this on the show. I don't know. I hate to repeat myself, but very early realization about what alcoholism. Hey, Treese, yeah, he remembers that. See? Yeah. Boom, he remembers the ads. So on the Love
Matt
Boat.
feels validated.
Yes.
Dude, that's all I needed. Thank you. I'll just go ahead and take my answer off the air. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about now. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I'll change the subject. So
You were talking about the Love Boat.
Oh, okay.
And alcohol.
Oh, yeah, alcoholics.
Learning about booze.
It was the first time that I discovered what drinking meant because there was a character on that show that said, "I haven't had a drink in 8 years." And I just was like, how? How could this guy survive? And so I'm asking my mom, I'm like, Mom,
on a boat.
I don't understand how this guy hasn't had a drink for so long.
Oh, yeah.
You would die.
Dehydrated, yeah.
Like, that's why he's all moody. Get the guy a drink.
I can remember growing up in the 60s, had a similar thing when people said, hey, that dude was smoking grass. I'd be like 5 or 6. I'd be looking at the grass going, why would you smoke this?
Why would you smoke this stuff?
I go, I don't get it. I don't get it. Here comes Johnny again.
That's the lyrics to the song, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here comes Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you guys know, my house has been under construction for like 9 months. And I got a new crew in last week because they're doing all the floor replacements and sanding and all that. And there's good guys, but they're not the sharpest knives in the drawer. And
what if they listen to this podcast?
They're holding him hostage right now.
Yeah, right now. No,
blink twice to let us know you're okay.
It's forgivable, like this mistake they made because they all live down in Denver, but they come up and so yesterday apparently one of them was eating chicken wings and put the chicken wings in my garbage can that sits outside my garage. That's not for food. It's meant for like pine needles and limbs and stuff like that.
Oh man.
But there was other stuff in there, like just tons of trash that was not food trash. So when I pull up this morning before they get here, what do I see?
Bear.
The whole trash can just spread out all over, and then 5 large piles of bear shit. And I'm just like, God,
wow,
damn it.
Oh,
yeah.
It was.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah, but but that's the thing is you don't do that. Like when you live this close to the mountains, just everyone knows that you don't put your trash out the day before. You put it out the morning of that they come by to pick it up. Everything that has any kind of food smell to it,
fucking
keep it
bears
inside the garage. It's like everything because it's just they're trying to eat like anybody else.
What kind of bears are they?
Black bears.
Black bears.
Why do they have to be black, Nick?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was on a deep dive for Jill Whalen, who plays Vicky Stubing. Apparently, John's got the hots for her. I had to check out what she was looking like now. So I'm back. That was quick.
Well, she aged better than was it Julie?
Oh, I don't know. What does Julie look like?
Oh,
It's what did Nick say? Ageist.
She had. Well, she was kicked off the show because she had a little bit of a problem.
Oh.
Oh, not a little bit. She had a big problem.
Well, it's like Jack. Jack, you posted that video of you with the old waffle versus pancake, and I went, "Is this?" And I went, "Is this new?" No, it's not. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that because my one daughter said, "Was that what happened?" I said, "Well, I had kids," and then my wife's she's trying to be subtle about it. I go, "You can say that I aged bad." I go, "I don't care." I go, she goes, "Yeah, but what happened? How long ago was that filmed?" I go,
Well, no, it's not that old.
I go, it is.
It's probably like 2009 or 10, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so it's like 13, 14 years
Yeah,
old.
it's pretty
I go, well, it was at least 13 years ago.
Yeah, the giveaway is not.
It did put.
It's that you still had the black back, before you start shaving all of your head, because you used to keep the back. That's what's the dead giveaway.
I'm bleeding.
That's how he measures you.
Thanks. Well, I only had one chin.
What era is Jack in? Yeah, like this is the when Jack had hair era.
Jack had hair. Well, he was hanging on.
Hanging
on to what you got.
This is not the nude hockey era. This is the
nude hockey.
Nude
Zamboni.
I don't know. I don't know what eras you're trying to put him in.
It was a Charger hat.
It was.
Well, it's like last week when we had.
Can you be more specific? I mean,
we had Taylor and Ralph on, and I'm in that little clip, and I'm wearing a Charger hat, and I said, "Can you change that? That's bullshit."
So they're going to spend a lot of their budget now just fixing Jack's hat.
I'm on blood thinners, and I cut myself today.
I just kept going.
I must have lost like see this little tiny cut. I'm outside. I'm throwing things away, and I look down. I go, "What the fuck?" It was just going all the way down my arm. I'm going, so I'm trying to stop it, and then I cut myself on this, and I just started bleeding again on this one. So if you see me pass out, it's probably due to the.
I don't want to do another one of those podcasts where you pass out in front of us.
Cliffhanger. Episode 1. Yeah. Tune in next week.
Hey, and I think I was willing to keep recording.
Yeah, you got up. You were like, "What happened? I'm good." And we're like, "No, you're not."
No, the fuck you aren't.
Oh man.
Well, if you listen, you see Chris goes. What'd you say, Chris? I think we just lost Jack.
Yeah, well, because we saw something happen, but we didn't realize it until you got up and had blood on your face, and of course you hear Cindy going like, "What?" We're like, "Okay."
We're like.
We thought you were just doing your normal, like you kind of lean to the side and would laugh.
Yeah.
And then it was like, nope.
You just kept going.
So
it happened.
So hey, at least you're on those blood thinners now.
My tooth is still loose from that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Getting old.
Always thought it'd be hockey, but podcasting. It's a hell of a drug.
Podcasting.
Like I don't know if you guys ever had one. It's a hereditary thing. I get like little. It's where your capillaries get a little too close to your skin. You get these little red spots, and they come and go. Like they'll be there for like a month or so. Then they go.
Oh, you mean broken blood vessels underneath your skin?
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know if they're broken or not, but like I don't know if you can't even see it. Like it's like a little red spot, and it's basically where a blood vessel is or a capillary is really close to your skin. Huh. And I had one right here in my nose a month ago, and I was like, I was like, what the fuck? Go away.
So you were like Marsha Brady.
But no, but it was just a red little spot, and you're like, it looks like a little pinhead that's just red, and you're like, what the fuck is that, and then I woke up the other day and I just, went to the sink, like you want to brush teeth, deodorant and everything, and then I look up my nose and that fucker is just bleeding down my face.
Oh wow!
And I was like, what the hell? And then it took forever because it's a blood vessel, so I was like, and just it's kind of like cutting shaving, just had a big thing of tissue right here on the side of my nose. And then now it's all healed up and it won't even show.
Super glue.
Yeah.
Well, what Nick doesn't know is that I secretly sneak into his house at night.
Yeah.
At 4 a.m. and I put a little dot right there on his nose. And then I leave, and then I come back in the middle of the night, put that dot back again just to fuck with him.
Just gotta put one on the mirror.
Yeah, Sherry said next time put it above your heart and put the pressure on with the top. That's what I did when I walked in the house. Cindy said to do that, and I said, "Where's my heart? I don't know where my heart's at." So anyway,
Oh, well.
I went to the store and the only Band-Aids I had were Paw Patrol and Cran Band-Aids. So
what'd you go with?
I went with Cran on one side and Paw Patrol on the other side. So
Chase, you got Chase. Who you rocking?
I don't remember who they were.
Wait, what is this cut on the back of your hand? Are you?
No, that was the same. I got it this almost at the same time. So
Wow.
yeah, it was
Blink twice to let us know you're okay.
I'll make it. Chris is right. Super glue will do it.
Yep. Super glue was actually initial purpose of it was for field medics to seal up wounds.
I think they used to when I used to bowl all the time. You get eventually you'd get a blister and your skin would rip. So to keep bowling, you'd put the stuff on your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd light it on fire so it would harden.
Wow.
Blow it out in time, and then it would leave you could keep bowling because it would cover your.
Wow. Some hard
Damn, dude.
It's back when you were the Iowa State champion in 1979, right? You know?
I was never from Iowa, but that's okay.
This dude fucking definitely rolls on the shamus.
Yeah.
Everyone did it. It was it was the 80s. We were tougher then.
Did you guys see that? Like I think that happened today or yesterday. John Goodman got his star on the Hollywood Rock.
Oh, really?
Hollywood.
Oh, he
Walk of
finally
Fame.
got one.
Finally got one, and the dude, I'm gonna forget his name.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. That was.
Jeff
It's
Bridges.
making its rounds again. Jeff Bridges. That happened,
Bridges,
I think,
yeah.
last year.
Yeah, okay, but he showed up as
Yeah.
in the dude. And,
Yeah.
and
He takes
it's
the
just
sweater out
nice
of
that
his
they're
bag.
like really close friends, and
Yeah.
that's
Right.
pretty cool.
Well, and I mean, it's not hard for Jeff Bridges just to be like, I'm going to put on a robe and some slippers. And just act
I
all
also
real
just saw. I
stoned.
also just saw on TikTok it was like a throwback commercial from 1981. I think it was for Foot Locker or a similar store to Foot Locker. And it was John Goodman like running into.
Oh
the
yeah, I
Foot
saw
Locker,
that
like this,
too. Yeah,
like 6 foot something, like skinny athletic guy talking about all the shoes he wants to wear.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that dude got fat as fuck. And then
He's
in
also
the
he's also on a
90s.
he's also on a where he's a construction worker on like a steel beam, like a New York high rise, and I think it was for jeans if I remember correctly. It's like that's John Goodman, okay,
Yeah.
but he's lost a lot of weight.
I was gonna say it because John Goodman at his prime, he was huge.
Oh, yeah.
When he was on,
It'd be like watching
Roseanne
like watching,
and the West
even
Wing.
Before that, like when he was
Right,
Babe
West Wing.
Ruth, he was
right, the
huge.
Babe.
And
That's terrible.
There's
movie.
another movie at the same time where King Ralph, and
Yeah.
he's pretty big.
But now he's lost like a ton of weight. Like he's probably a third the size of what he was back.
I don't.
Huh.
And speaking of that, I don't think we talked about. I know Matt and I watch it. The Righteous Gemstones.
I
season 3.
haven't seen season 3.
Okay.
So I don't have HBO right now. It's one that I kicked to the curb for a while. I'm gonna come back around to it. I did jump in on Murders in the Building. So
yeah, I need to watch that new episode. Yeah.
So I've seen the first 2 episodes of that. I need to get.
Spoiler alert: someone dies.
I need to jump
in the
on
building.
The Bear as well.
Maybe.
You haven't watched The Bear yet.
You haven't finished The Bear yet?
I
But
haven't.
that's a
It's,
priority.
it's okay. So I know you guys don't care about this part, but my geek out, what do you call it? Guilty pleasure show that I've been watching just finished Deep Space Nine. So
Okay.
like turn the page on that. I'm going through all of the Star Trek. It's kind of my trek, my personal trek. A lot of times I have it on in the background. So if I'm working around the house or I'm working on something, it's kind of like I get the plot, like I just tell me what the techno garble thing is in order to fix the problem that you guys fucked up. But I do like the sci-fi kind of like, ooh, this happened, or time travel shit. It's always kind of like fascinating to me. So, but anyway, on to Voyager. I will watch The Bear. I'm gonna watch season 2 of The Bear. One of the laziest ass excuses is like, oh fuck, I gotta look up my password. Because you get logged out of something and you're like, fuck. Well, I'll just go back to this other.
I finished it last week, Chris, and I know you listened to the podcast last week, but I gave it a big
Yeah.
I gave it a big thumbs up.
So
Nice.
that's what I was about to say, Chris, is that Jack, I think we were not recording when we talked about it, Chris, but Jack actually said that his favorite episode was the one after the Christmas episode, which is like, I told you that it was such a good episode.
Because
Yeah,
it comes,
the-
it comes, I don't want to spoil anyone, but it comes out of you just like, I never would have saw that coming.
Well, I like the build up, and like it was episode 1 or 2 where he's like, I need a purpose. I need, something. And then coming from that's fine, Matt. I'm not spoiling you. But anyway, he took his headphones out.
Whenever they were dead the whole time.
Yeah, but coming from the train wreck of the Christmas episode to then going to that refreshing episode of the next one, you're just like,
It's more of a car
dang.
wreck, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good, Matt. Come on, Matt.
All right.
We weren't being spoilery at all, Matt. Just
No.
Yes, and Randy mentioned Steve Martin and Martin Short were just on Conan's podcast. Very funny
we
stuff.
Couldn't, we
That was
couldn't
a
fit
good-
him on here, so they went over just to.
I know. We were like,
I
we're
said I
wide
would.
open. We're
I
wide
said
open,
no.
Steve.
I will not let Martin Short on this podcast.
We'll take Steve Short and Martin, but not those two in that order. So
Well,
we're working
I
on
looked
getting
up
those
when I
guys.
was watching. I'm looking up their ages. Meryl Streep is
Mhm.
what 74.
yeah.
Martin
Okay.
Short's 73. Steve Martin's 78.
Well, he's always been 80 for his whole
Yeah.
life.
But I'm like going, God, when did they get so old? And I go, oh wait, I'm
They've always been.
61.
Well, that's what blows my mind of when I compare ages of like where they were at my age and things like it's like Steve Martin was only like 45 or 44 in Father of the
Did you-
Bride,
Right.
and you're like, oh my god, and
Wait,
Uh,
and Father of the Bride?
yeah. Yeah, and because he's like 42 in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles or something like that, and it's like, dang. So he was only like 38 in Three Amigos. You're like, wow. But but he's
That's
always been that
crazy.
gray hair, so he's always
So he's
looked old.
Old,
Yeah.
yes.
It's interesting that they met on Three Amigos. Like that was like you'd
Mhm.
think with like that SNL connection or just being in kind of comedy. So,
Yeah.
but I'm a big fan of SCTV and always enjoyed a lot of the comedians that came out of that. So
Mhm.
everybody from like John Candy to Martin Short or Eugene Levy,
Mhm.
Catherine O'Hara, like Andrea Martin, like all of those, Rick Moranis. I mean, it's such a tight knit group, and to see what they went on to do, all of them, like it's just like I've just enjoyed all different iterations of those actors.
Matt Treist, I think Danny Glover was actually 42 when he did Lethal Weapon. Yeah, so he was 42 when he was too old for this shit. It's
That's
like,
fucking crazy.
yeah.
Wow, when you think about that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
yeah. Jack's definitely too old for this shit.
I am.
But that's
We're
Being
really
around a
is.
guy like,
That's-
what's Martin? What's his name? Martin.
Landau, Martin
No,
Scape,
what's
Martin.
what's his
We were talking about Martin Short.
Mel Gibson. Martin. No,
Yeah,
Danny
Martin.
Glover and
Yeah.
Martin
Riggs.
Riggs.
Oh,
Who wants to
okay.
hang around that guy? He's a lethal weapon.
That's a classic.
I was
And that-
55 when I watched this episode of the RCAD.
Nobody forced you, man. It's free country.
That's
Get
what's
help.
funny about,
Is it
especially
free?
in the first Lethal Weapon. Like, there's so many things that are just
Is it
convenient. There's so many things that are just convenient. Like, when they blow up the house that the hooker lives in, it's like they're wearing glasses the one time in the entire movies that they're wearing glasses, just so that the splinters from the explosion hits him in the face. And then he just so happens to have his sleeve rolled up all the way to the top to show his special forces tattoo. But you don't see the tattoo in any of the sequel movies.
Well, if in the first one, there's a big blooper when he goes up to get the guy, talk the guy down from who wants to commit suicide.
Right? Yeah, the handcuffs.
He
Yeah,
handcuffs him,
yeah.
but when he jumps, they separate.
Right. Well, they'd have to because you'd rip your arm off. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, why handcuff him then?
Mhm.
Come on, that was a bad.
Hmm.
I'm hungry. I always remember that line.
They were
I'm
hoping
hungry.
for CGI to just like fix it. I mean,
Oh, they could fix it now.
they could.
Yeah.
I am your father. No.
Yeah. And I tell you something, I didn't go watch it, but the new Blue Beetle movie, the DC movie.
Oh yeah.
The mom who of the kid that's from Cobra Kai. The kid from Cobra Kai is the main actor.
Okay.
of Blue
That's
Beetle.
who that was. Okay.
But the mother that plays his mother is the really good looking Costa Rican woman from the Predator movie. and you're like, holy shit, I haven't seen, because she doesn't act that much.
She should have been Hera.
Back then, yes, smoke show in the 80s,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah. We're breaking into Rain Man now, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Rain Man.
Judge Wagner. Yeah. Judge Wagner.
So if you're feeling hungry later, reach for some pretzels because it's gonna fill you up as you're getting that beer at that bar. I'm just plugging my vote for.
Yeah, whatever. I finally started watching Justified.
Oh.
And on the 4th episode, and I'm a huge Justified fan.
Big Timothy Oliphant fan too.
Yeah, big.
He has a
Timothy
poster
fan.
in his wall.
Well, yeah, I do, and he's naked, but that's okay. I don't like to brag.
Little hairy, but yeah.
He says Cindy put it there, but we all know.
We all know it's you. Is it like the Burt Reynolds pose?
Even better. No, but I so I said, okay, I'm gonna start watching this, and I've been struggling to watch it. It's just not, and I finally because Cindy said she said she's a few episodes ahead of me. She says it gets better, but it finally clicked what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
The original was a modern day Western.
Right.
And the characters were the side character, Boyd Crowder and all even though he was a terrible guy, he was a racist, just a piece of shit, but we loved him. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other characters we love. This one's in Detroit. It's not a modern day Western. Who cares about Detroit? I mean, I'm
Detroit people.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's just not. There's been no comedy in it, none, and
that's a big hurdle, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to have that. We've talked about this for other shows. Love it, hate it. Like having a little bit of a joke or an out release of like tension is key.
Yeah.
And his daughter's in the first couple episodes, and I'm like going, why? Why is she okay? I know he's a dad. I mean, I don't. It's just I hate saying it, but I'm like I said. Okay, I got to move on to the 5th episode. I go, I don't have 40 minutes. I don't want to. Jonathan tries to say it gets better, but it's not great. That's what Cindy said. It gets better, but it's just not.
What does he know though? He hates Martin Short and is in love with some woman from the Love Boat. I mean, it's like
Love Boat.
Priorities here, man.
Promising drugs for everyone.
I think that's a very common thing though. Of like when a show has been away for several years.
Oh, that's Timothy Oliphant's real life daughter.
Oh,
yeah.
Now take it back.
That's why she's in there. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying I don't understand why she's in the show. I mean, it doesn't make. But now I get it. Okay.
It might be Ewan McGregor's wife. I don't care. Just don't force feed me.
So Jack, on the exactly on the
we don't have to explain it.
Okay, fine, we won't. Jack did it anyway. All right. But no, I think that's common because like even like Arrested Development, which I really enjoy the first 3 seasons. When you go away for so long and then you say, "Hey, we're bringing it back," if you don't have the same writers and it doesn't have the same feel, which it didn't when it came to Netflix, it's not going to be the same.
And there's only one. Raylan Givens is the only character back from the show. Nobody else.
Oh.
So all that, it was on for 6 seasons. All that chemistry that they built up and were so great together. Now it's like starting over because the original Justified, I was sold on it the first 5 minutes. You've seen it. You've seen it, right, Matt? Chris, have you seen it?
Nope.
No.
That's why he's not satisfied right now.
But the first 5 minutes, I was sold on Justified. And but this again, I don't know. I'm trying to watch it, but I'm just not loving it.
It's hard to watch a show where you're trying to put energy into it and it's not giving anything back. Right?
You know what? They didn't have the smell. They didn't inject the smell.
No,
Justified.
They didn't.
What would that smell like?
Justice.
That's strip club.
Strip club. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you'd have
the modern day Western
somewhere.
And the worst part is the guy, the main bad guy that's they're after. They're trying to make him almost like a Boyd Crowder type guy, trying to make him like but it's just not working. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I'm sorry, Timothy. Big fan. Support you all the way, but yeah, I'm just not happy. Moonshine and cigarettes, yes. Anyway, that's my take on Justified. And Chris,
Nice.
you really should watch Justified. You have Hulu?
Yeah, I've been told that a number of times. But yeah, I don't have any other newer shows. Yeah, fuck. Sorry, I don't have many newer shows that I've watched recently other than Ahsoka. But
There's nothing really new out right now.
I texted you guys though as I was watching the opening crawl of the Star Wars opening crawl for Ahsoka. I got a notification on my phone from Netflix reminding me, but in this case, informing me that season 3 of Ragnarok comes out like tomorrow, and I had no idea that it wasn't even close to being.
They've been mum about it. I didn't even know about it until you said that. I was like, "What the heck?" You know, because I love that show, and I mean, it's a little juvenile, but it's so good.
So it'll be interesting to see how they take. I believe this is going to be the third and final season, I believe. So I'm excited for it. So it's going to air tomorrow, I believe. It's going to be released on Netflix tomorrow. So
yeah, I have nothing. Yeah, like basically for August, I have Only Murders in the Building and Ahsoka. And then you have nothing in September, and then October 6th you have Loki season 2.
Oh, can't wait! It's releasing on my birthday.
Yeah. So and then November you have Dune Part 2 and Invincible season 2, and that's it.
I thought Invincible season 2 was supposed to hit this summer. Was it delayed?
No, they fucking pulled a fast one, and like it was like Invincible 2's out now, right? And it was like
it's a mini.
Teaser, it was a
one
teaser episode.
It's an origin story for the girl. Yeah, the girl character.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be a lot of delays on shows coming up here.
Right.
Oh yeah. If they don't get
this
strike figured out soon.
So, Chris, you'll have plenty of time to watch Justified. I'm telling you right now, you will love Justified.
Okay.
I guarantee it. I'm calling my shot.
And Matt Treese mentions Reservation Dogs. I've heard good things about that. I need to watch that.
Yeah, so. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 1, and I imagine it's good because it gets really good reviews. But it was one of those really slow builds where I was like, I don't know if I want to keep going with this because it's a kid story. It is kids, but it's not a kid's story. You know, it's more adult themes of them struggling, but it's just like I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably give it another shot at some point. It's not.
So a lot of people in the chat jumping in saying, apparently we struck a nerve with Justified. Like, don't fucking watch the new one. You need to watch the old one. John, the retired guy, says original Justified is well worth it. Where do I stream it?
It's kind of like The Shield. I never watched The Shield, and so many people are like, "Dude, you got to watch The Shield." I'm like, "Oh, I've never seen it." You know, I think
Have you still not seen it?
I've still never seen The Shield. No,
I watched The Shield. I was going to treadmill every day and I watched The Shield because people say you got to watch The Shield. You got to watch The Shield, Jerry.
But that was like Breaking Bad, with you guys. Like, I was like, no, I stuck to my guns. I'm watching Better Call Saul fucking first, and then
The Shield is excellent, and it's a different type of cop show because has anyone else here seen it?
Mm-mm.
No. Like Matt Tree says, Shield is amazing and one of the best finales ever, and and Boyd Crowder's in it. The actor.
I assume that it's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So
no, it's not a comedy.
I mean, you talk about cop shows. There's not much not much of a cop combination that's going to beat Jared Vasquez and Michaela Stone of Manifest, because that was like the best copping out there.
Hey, that could be a versus too. Best cop show. I mean, there's a lot.
One of the best cop shows.
I get your joke though. I see you.
Is Southland.
I had to go Google Southland, the cast. I forgot the names already.
Southland is a pretty realistic cop show. Southland.
But that's what the thing is, like, I know we've talked about this at some point, but is it really? Because you kind of want a cop's opinion about things, because every nurse and doctor I've ever talked to says that actually Scrubs is actually the closest thing compared to.
So you're saying Reno 911 is closer to the reality?
You have no idea though. Yeah, Reno. Yeah, it probably is. Just a bunch of fucking idiots. But yeah, because like they're always like, no, Scrubs is actually truer to what it's like to really work in a hospital. Yeah, you don't see all the
opposed
operations
to
stuff.
ER.
Yeah, well, you don't see any of the operations in Scrubs really, but as far as like the comedy, the stupid shit that happens, the people sleeping with each other, like all that stuff. Said Scrubs is the closest to actually truly working in a hospital versus other shows that are more the dramas.
Nice.
Sorry,
John the Retire Guy says, "Oh shit, I just got a calling." Oh man, the jokes are better than the show. I'll tell you that much. The Manifest is one of the most god awful things I've ever.
It's one of the, I mean, like I said, it's a COVID. If it hadn't been for COVID, I never would have watched it. And it's
Right.
like everyone who finished that show is like, well, fuck it, I've already watched it so much, I might as well just keep going.
And now you have time to watch it again with COVID 2 coming around.
Yeah,
I will not comply. I will not comply. I'll just stay in my house the whole time. Fuck you all people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jack's
actually offended. This is shocking. I've never seen Nick offend Jack. And that takes a lot.
Because he said it with anger. I mean, he's like, fuck the old people.
I mean,
well, I actually meant fuck all you people, but I think it came out as old people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Jack pissed at me. I mean, he mutes me all the time.
Yeah.
So
it's warranted. Yeah.
Warranted.
Yeah, it is warranted. I did have a complaint though. I have a complaint
with
the North Carolina DMV.
Oh, what's every DMV?
Okay,
But,
this better be the last.
No, this
thing.
is
you should go to the Boston DMV.
Boston DMV.
Yeah, you can't ever fucking understand those assholes.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's not that I can't understand.
They pump the smell in the air.
They pump the smell in. Yeah,
it's Dunkin. It's Dunkin.
Dunkin and Old Bay.
It's Dunkin and Sam Adams.
Sam Adams.
So anyway,
like,
when I first
that piss, no, Sam Adams.
Smell that?
Did you see that Dunkin is releasing hard seltzers and hard coffees?
Oh wow, no.
Oh wow,
jeez.
Yeah, yeah. No one fucking asked for that. I don't understand why this is happening.
They had
because it's legal in your state,
dude. A spiked coffee. Like, there's a reason why Four Loko was banned. Like,
yeah,
drinking spiked coffees is gonna be the worst idea for many people.
Weed coffee.
Well, it's Boston. Anyway, so the DMV here is ass backwards. I mean, it always has been. I mean, I go back and listen to the old Married Man show.
Say it ain't so, Jack.
I'm just telling you. So anyway, my license expired on my birthday.
Oh,
it was, and I got this note.
So sorry.
I've actually gotten 3 postcards saying I can renew it online.
Mm-hmm.
So a few days before I go,
I was like, you're too old. You're fucked.
So I said, no, I'm going to die when COVID comes out. And so when I was
lightning bolt just coming down on Matt right now.
Anyway, sorry, I'll let you finish.
So, Jesus Christ, Matt.
Matt rarely pulls the trigger, but he did that time.
So anyway, when so you get this postcard saying I can renew. So I said, okay, let me renew. But since I got renewed 8 years ago, I have to go in.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, let me go in before my birthday. And I go in there and the guy goes, there's not even anyone behind the counter for the license part. The security guard goes, do you have an appointment? I go, well, no. He goes, you got to have an appointment. I go, well, all right. So you go online and there's no appointments available for like months. For months. You have to wait for, I mean, I was even checking like an hour away. There's no appointments. But yet I can't, I got 3 notices saying I can do it online.
Yeah.
But they won't let me do it online because I've already done it online.
Oh, fuck.
But I really didn't do it online. They just renewed my license and sent me for 2023. So now I have an expired driver's license because I can't get in there to get the license renewed.
So
it's going to take months before I can get this damn thing renewed.
So are you not driving now? Is that it?
I'm not fucking driving. I don't care. But
all you should have to tell
I'll just say, hey, look, I can't get in to get, I watch my grandkids and then
No. What I want, I want to see a video. I want you to get a dash cam.
Crazy.
And if you get pulled over before you get your license, I want the video of you saying, "I know my rights. I know my rights. Fuck you, coppa."
You don't need to see my ID. You don't need to see my ID.
What law did I break? What law did I break? Tell me.
I'm filming you right now.
I'm filming.
I don't
you.
answer questions.
I want to see you.
I don't
get
answer
tasered.
questions.
I don't answer questions.
What's your badge number? I want your
I
supervisor,
need a
here
supervisor.
because we need to spend more money, tax dollars, on a simple. Hey,
It's a public
I
street. I
ID.
can be here.
Yeah, public street. Leave me alone. I'm on TikTok. Anyway, so yeah, I can fly with expired because I have a passport.
Yeah.
So, but I just this state is so fucked up, and seriously, I can't get in to renew it, and I have no tickets, no.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen when you have to vote?
Maybe that should be the next verses of of the 4 states we live in. Which one do you think's the most fucked up?
And if like I said,
because we can all make those arguments.
when we first moved here, I'll keep this short. I had a Jeep.
Too late.
And too late. I had a Jeep, and my name is Jack. On my license, it said California license.
Simple
it said Jack Llewellyn Glaffelter II from California because my dad was.
I didn't know you were a junior.
Yeah, my dad was the original.
He's what's known as a female junior.
Exactly.
It's Ted Lasso.
Anyway, Matt. So I get there and they won't let me renew it because they won't let me, because especially in North Carolina, because you can't do everything in the same location. You can't get your license. You can't get this. You have to go all over town to get it. Anyway, so I go, this is the third time I'd come in there, and they said, well, how do we know that's not your dad? I go, it's my car. I paid for it. I did it. It's my car. And they go, well, we're not going to, I go, all right, let me speak to someone important. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Because I was being a real
Jack
dick.
was a Karen.
I was a Karen. I said, you're wasting my time. Get out of here. Get your supervisor out here because I'm not talking to you anymore because this is the third fucking time I've been here. I'm not coming a fourth time. So the supervisor comes up. I said, all right, this is the deal. I can give you guys $250 for the because you have to transfer all this stuff has to be done in order to get, or I can pay $130 and be good for 2 years in California. You decide what it's going to be. I go $250 today for you, or I give California $130. I just don't worry about it for another 2 years.
Right.
And they said, well, we need a note. I go, I'm not getting a notarized letter from my dad.
Right.
He's not going to go out and get a notarized letter. I go, they go, always need a letter from your dad with a signature. I go, so basically I could go out and fill out a letter saying it's not my car, sign my dad's name on it. They go, well, yeah. I go, well, that's what's going to happen. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. And so that's how I got my car registered in the lovely state.
Wow.
I was like, where the fuck did we move to?
Mm.
And their buildings are huge. And I even told them, I go, in California, they have small little buildings and you can do everything in one location.
That's because it's California and there's earthquakes.
What does that do with the
It's just small buildings, so they don't shake,
They're huge.
Well, no, they these huge buildings that you can get your DMV. I mean,
I
I
see.
I had to go to 3 or 4 spots to get everything I needed, and then they didn't take my insurance because they didn't recognize my insurance company in North Carolina. I said it's a national insurance company. We don't honor it.
But that's what's funny. Like,
and I had paid for 6 months in advance.
Yeah, I had the same problem when I moved here because I had Tennessee car insurance, and then when I moved to California, I had the same Tennessee car insurance the whole 5 years I lived there. But when I moved to Colorado, we don't recognize this kind of insurance in Colorado. You have to get Colorado car insurance. I'm like, insurance is fucking insurance. Like, what the fuck, but states are just weird.
Yeah.
I said, I go, if I got in an accident, it was 21st century insurance or 19, whatever it was at the time. And I said, I go, if I got in an accident, I would be covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go, so why can't I? Because we don't recognize it. I go, God, where the fuck did I move to?
You know what
Where
the problem is?
I
States'
after
rights. It's these fucking giving states rights fucked us over. Okay.
Because I know after a month, I was ready to move back to California. I said, "This place is so fucked up. It's just
I learned-
bizarre."
I learned that the state of Colorado does not recognize prenups, which I thought was fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, like you can get a prenup in the state of Colorado, but it's not binding. It's up to the judge who you go before the
Here
divorce.
come the judge.
Yeah, like it's
Here
one of those
comes
things
the
where
judge.
it's like, oh, like
Flip
we
Wilson.
can, because like it's up to the judge to read the prenup and decide if it's fair or not. And if he says or she says no, then he can just throw it out and he said like, no, I'm rewarding half your property to this person. And you're like, fuck that. That person's gonna die in a couple weeks. You know, like yeah.
That person's going to get eaten by a bear.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't my
Hey,
fault.
can you hold this leftover pizza for a second?
Just for a
Thank
second.
you.
Just go outside.
Just outside. Just
Yeah,
outside.
There's a cliff over there. Just watch out. No.
Anyway, that's my. And I don't, like I said, I don't know when I'm going to get it. It's just ridiculous. I mean, why would you want more people coming in and clogging up the system when should just be if online? Let me do it online.
Right.
I'll give you the $44 it's going to cost for the next 8 years or whatever it is, and I get it if I'm in my 70s. Yeah, let me come in, let me do the eye test, let me do all that crap. But 61, I'm still relatively young, except according to Nick. But anyway,
I didn't say that. I think Matt probably thinks you're old. Jack,
I
think you're in your prime. He says it all. Yeah.
Well, I'm way past my prime. You saw the waffle. You saw the waffle.
That fucking face. I hope share. That's the frame that you needed. Was that?
Yeah.
You are in the prime of your pork chop.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I told you guys this, back forever ago, 2016 or whatever. But one of my favorite things about going to the DMV, where I live in LA,
Is leaving.
Well, no, that too. But like, I'm sure all three of you seen License to Drive with the Corey brothers.
Oh,
Love.
loved that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that DMV that he goes into and fails, it was my DMV.
Wow.
And so every time I walked into it, I was expecting that curly-haired redhead woman to be like, do not fuck with the DMV. We can make your life a living hell. And I was like,
Was that the lady from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
No.
No.
That's the one. She was in Ferris Bueller
Ferris
as well.
Bueller, okay.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, but she
Yeah.
was not. No,
This is
as
cool.
far as I know, License to Drive is the only movie I ever saw. That
She has dementia. I don't know if she passed away, but she has dementia. I know that.
Yeah.
one. John, what am I losing my
This is-
credibility on?
I'm trying to remember what
You need to be
she
more
says on the
specific.
phone. On Ferris Bueller's she's like, she keeps pushing buttons and saying blah, 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 line 1, blah, 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 line. I don't know. I can't
Oh,
remember
Ferris
what it
Bueller.
is. Yeah, Ferris Bueller, the secretary. She has.
He's
this
one
thing.
She has
Cool
a bunch of
dude.
different ones, but like,
He's one cool dude.
yeah.
I love her.
He's happier with the blowheads, all the things. He's a righteous dude. Yeah.
He's one righteous dude.
Which
I loved her though when Steve Martin comes up. And he's like, "Give me
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking automobile, fucking thing with fuck."
Do you
one of the
have
best-
your rental agreement? Yeah.
I threw it away.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no! What? You're fucked.
You're fucked. Yeah, it's such a good delivery. Like everything about that scene is so good because we've all been that person to an extent, But yeah,
Yeah, you just say I want to speak to someone important.
yeah.
It can be rude, but yeah. And like I said, I it takes a lot for me to do that because I worked with the public my whole life, so I don't want to be that guy. But if you're not helping me, I will be that guy. But yeah, so I don't have a license. I lost my license.
Well,
Now I don't drive.
tune in next week. No, don't tune in next week. We won't be meeting next week because Jack's going to be gone. Nick's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
be
gone.
gone,
So we're
yeah.
taking next week off. We're back
Why
in
don't you and
2
Chris do it? Invite Ralph back.
What? And do what?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I
Okay,
think you should have
Chris,
John, the retired
do you-
guy, on here
Yeah.
to back up his bullshit. To see if he can.
Chris, do you
podcast.
want to record next week? Just you and me?
No.
Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Just throw it out there.
You imagine if we did that, like we all just took the week off, and then somehow we gave some of the people in the chat here the link, and be like, hey,
here you go.
Here you guys go.
Just let it ride.
Yeah.
So on that note,
anyway, anything else going on?
Like John the Retired Guy has a perfect excuse. I'm going to Alaska too. Yeah. Okay. Good.
He actually is going to Alaska.
Oh, is he?
Okay. Yeah.
I would love to go to Alaska.
Apparently, he's stalking Jack. On a race.
Well, that's why I said
like
it.
Little...
Can we afford to go to Alaska? No, but we're going to go because it was Alaska.
Yeah.
There you go.
When I got asked to go, I said, "Sure, I'll go." What the hell? And plus,
I'm going to see
leaving...
Sublime on Friday. I got that going.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Should be pretty fun. Sublime with Rome, if you will.
There was a band that I discovered maybe 2 days ago called Jellyfish. Matt, do you know them?
Are you Bruce
They
Dickinson?
put out 2 records, one in 90 and one in 93. And it's kind of like this weird cross between 60s pop and 90s grunge. And I was like, how have I never heard of this group before? But you might dig it.
You might dig it, man.
I'm going to my music now. So
my music now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just always amazed sometimes when I find these groups that kind of fell through the cracks. I'm like,
sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, how have I never heard of this group?
Yeah, I mean that's one of those things, especially like being on. I know some people listen to Spotify or what have you. I have Apple Music, and sometimes I just go to this, Matthew Eichhoff station because I'm just like pick something for me to check out. Like choose something, and so it's great because I will discover certain things, or it'll pull up songs by bands that I've already listened to, but maybe I haven't dove deeper into other albums.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whoa, okay. And, all of a sudden I'm, on another tangent of music. So, but anyway.
Yeah. See, John the Retired Guy. Yeah. Me, Randy, Matt, and Sherry will take over the RCAD.
Thank God.
Do it.
But it would be funny. So would
Fucking
they be themselves, or would they try to impersonate all 4 of our personalities to do it? Either way, I think would be gold.
I think it's podcasting gold. I think it's a great idea.
Print it. Wrap it.
I did find it funny that a lot of people in San Diego were upset that the tropical storm didn't do more damage to San Diego.
Oh fuck!
They're like going. They fucking press lied to us. I go. You have to be prepared. But I do know what they're talking about because I've gotten more lax as you. I mean, I used to, when there was a threat of a hurricane coming, I would take everything off, anything, those wind chime, anything, and put it away. And I kept doing it and then year after year, I finally said, all right, whatever. It can go through the window. I don't fucking care.
Well, that's what was funny. I had so many friends that still live there that were like, and they were putting all these messages like, everyone be safe out there. I was like, it's a Cat 1. It's like pissing on your foot. I was like, it's nothing.
But it's different in Southern California because they can't. Because San Diego, I guess, well, in the mountains they got a lot of rain, and there was a lot of damage, mudslides and stuff there. But in the city, it only got like 1.5 inches. If it would have got the 4 inches of rain,
right,
San Diego would have been underwater. That's
because you just can't handle that much water.
No,
and cities are definitely set up differently. So,
if you could get Randy, if you can get Richard Grieco on here while we're gone, you can just have the show.
Just have the show. It's all you, man. Yeah. So, and that's how Randy took over.
Yeah,
and Matthew Fox. Yeah. Get them both.
I hear he's in Oregon, but So, but at one point it was a category 4, and just
it was a 4 and then die. Yeah, that's what they're predicting is it would go up to a 3.
Yeah, but did you see some of the floods in Death Valley?
Oh wow!
So, I mean, I knew Death Valley had some rivers and some but man, the flooding in Death Valley was insane. So just the water that came through there. So
I was more worried about Tijuana, Mexico, because it's a really poor city, and it's right. I mean, they don't have houses that are made. It would have been had Megan Fox. It would have been a disaster if it would have been hit. But anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah. I know we're gonna cut it a little early tonight.
Yeah, and vote on that versus. and we'll
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
who the winner is for next week.
Who's going to put the poll up? Because I did it last week.
I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah, so once again, it falls on me to do it. Okay.
Well, I'm going on vacation, so it's.
He's got 4 grandkids too.
I do have 4 grandkids. Yes. Oh my God, what a nightmare!
And Nick, I mean,
manifest. Sorry.
Sadly, Chris would listen to that one because he missed that one. He'd be like, "Oh, fuck." He'd never catch any of the other ones that he missed, but that one. He'd be like, "Oh, fuck."
Hey, I got the cast of.
Well, the thing is that like because you two haven't seen it, but you better believe if we got the cast of Manifest on the RCD, I think Chris and I would just be the biggest.
Oh, I've
Assholes.
yeah, like were you
Assholes.
guys in on the joke? Really? Please tell me the truth.
I saw a couple. I saw the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, but I mean,
And I wised up. I said,
think
"This sucks."
Was halfway through
The acting
the
is
first
terrible.
episode, and I was
Terrible.
like, fuck this
But they're
lost bullshit.
I mean, I would have to rewatch some episodes just to be like, hey, an episode, season 3, episode blah, blah, blah. When this bullshit happened, what was your reaction when you read that in the script? I mean, did you think, yes, I'm bringing my A game? Or did you go, fuck it, I'm just going to.
How much cocaine did you do
yeah,
before you got
Is,
hired?
is it true none of you can act?
Yeah.
Is there other narcotics?
Is it true you guys are pushing for the writer's strike earlier?
We didn't have writers
Because the writers definitely struck out. Yeah, they already walked out.
I would like to see
But,
the residual checks
I
on
was-
this one.
I will say this about Chris: if you watch Justified when we record again, you'll be on season 3.
Oh, is that right?
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Neither Jack nor Chris fell asleep. Podcast win. Yeah. I don't fall asleep on podcasts.
I don't think, yeah.
You get a little dazed.
I get high on podcasts. Sometimes I'm like,
I got
What
really
did
high.
we talk about?
No.
I got really high last night. I was just like took one of those things and it hadn't hit me like 3 or 4 days. And also I'm like, what the fuck? I was floating.
Oh,
nice.
yeah. Folding space.
I haven't
and
taken
time.
one. I haven't taken one yet, but I get to.
because your eyes are
Cindy doesn't work till tomorrow night, so she's doing the morning shift tomorrow.
She's doing the morning shift.
She's doing that. She just has 2 kids at first, and then the other 2 are going to show up like after 9.
I
so.
see. The morning shift of grandchildren.
See, the tough part
It's
is like
more.
when you have a 13, I guess he's like 13-month-old and a 4-month-old, when they both have to eat at the same time, they both want to eat at the same time.
Yeah.
And the 13-month-old is the chillest kid. And he just is easygoing, except when he needs to eat.
Stop blowing pot in his face.
Well, he's got the munchies. What are you going to? And this kid will eat. He'll eat like a whole hamburger, and he's just I call him the Michelin Man. He's a big boy. But yeah, that's tough. And the youngest one, oh my God, he just lets out this piercing scream, and I'm like,
Oh, it's like Jay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yesterday, but it's like, oh my God, I can't take it.
So we didn't talk.
Give them chips and salsa. No, chips and queso.
Sorry to keep the podcast
She's got it
going.
right, salsa.
Yeah, sorry to keep the podcast going, but did you guys? I know Jack probably did, but like, did you guys watch Jay's episode of?
Yes, I did.
Steve Harvey's court thing.
Yes.
No.
I saw it at a bar restaurant.
bar.
I need to go through. Is it on? I think it's on.
What were you
Hulu.
eating
You
at
can
the
get it on
bar?
Hulu. Yeah, you can watch it
Yeah.
on Hulu. Yeah,
Pizza.
yeah.
I got my password now, so I can log in.
So for everyone out there, Jay Glatfelter, who has dual credits on this podcast, even though he's not on this podcast, was on Steve Harvey's Court or whatever the show is called, where him and a friend
dun
of
dun
his
dun
were on
dun
a tiff. We're on a
dun,
what do you
dun,
call
dun,
it? About
dun,
action figure prices.
bum, 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 bum.
So it was interesting, and you quickly see how full of shit those TV
Those shows
court
really are.
shows are.
But did you notice? You notice the next guy in the case. His last name was Gladfalter. It was
Really?
a similar last name. I'm like going, what are the odds of that happening?
I
Yeah.
pulled a page of that phone book.
Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, it was pretty. I enjoy. But it's funny because my wife goes, "Have you watched it yet?" I said, "No, I was waiting for you." She goes, "Okay," and so I went out and did some stuff. She goes, "I watched it. I just watched it." I go, I was waiting for you.
Waiting for you. I was doing
And
you
she-
a decent. Yeah.
And she goes, "Anyway, yeah, it was last week, John the Retired Guy.
I think
So
it premiered
anyway-
last Wednesday, right?
It
Maybe.
did, yes.
Yeah, I think it was last Wednesday. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
Well-
like I think it's the second case, John. So like you can just fast forward to the first case, and then you can't help but not notice Jay. I was actually surprised they let him wear a polka dot shirt, because usually on TV that kind of has a weird thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'll work
Anyway.
it out.
Anyhow,
It was pretty good. It was pretty fun to watch. But I think that's it. Is that all we got?
That's all we got.
that's all we got.
Matt, do you have any more insults you want to
Nope.
hurl at me or anything like that?
Nope. I don't
Yeah,
have
and it's not
anything.
even high. Maybe.
I
No
don't
bee's
have anything.
knees. No. Yeah.
This was a great show, kids. 1 in a million. Wrap it. Print it.
Wrap it up.
But
I'm literally about to piss on the floor of my office right now. I have to go.
So,
Oh,
right,
so we should
all
keep
right.
going then. Yeah.
all right. So I'll wrap this up for you, Chris. I'll wrap it
Yep.
up really fast.
Thank you. Let's fucking go,
Uh,
please.
Want some water? Anyway,
All right. At this point, we'd like to thank some patrons that make this
don't
show
go
possible.
chasing waterfalls.
Maggie the
Okay, everybody, I
Magnificent.
love y'all.
You really
Maggie
did
the
have to go.
Magnificent Waterfall. Eckhart, he's a waterfall too. Joanne, the babbling brook of water, and Ed,
The smell.
the smell that gets in the
Smell.
air.
Smell that
Who's that smell?
He
Where
has
did that
that
smell
fake
come from?
post letter.
No,
smell.
thank you,
Oh, yeah.
patrons, for making the show possible, even the ones that we don't name. And thank you for everybody that joined us live in the chat. That's fun. It's always fun. It's fun. Send us your emails to rcadcast@gmail.com.
Oh, do we have any emails?
Not this
Okay.
week. And follow us on YouTube. Ramblecast After Dark.
We're up
Just
to
look it
118 subscribers now.
Wow,
Ooh.
that is Jack's age.
Jeez.
Would you pee on the way there? Jesus Christ.
That's it.
Squirrel bladder.
Thanks for joining.
Hasta luego. And goodbye.
See ya.
Arrivederci.
Wrong